again to another Purahome How to Do It video. Today what we're going to do is change the pre-filters on an abatement HEPA purifier as well as the UV bulb. We have our technician Matt who's going to help us today. First step you want to do is shut the air cleaner off. Little green switch, and you'll hear it shut off as well. Okay, we can start on the top with the pre-filters. So you just open your black latch and the compartment access opens up. And the CAP 600 has two filters, a blue fiber trapper and a pleated vapor lock. These filters get changed every 6 months. And what we'll do is we'll remove one filter at a time. So we'll start with the fiber trapper. You can see that this filter has some load on it. If you wish, you can vacuum your pre-filter perhaps every month or two. And you want to put the filter back in the slot. So we'll show you one mistake customers make. So Matt's putting the filter in, and we've oriented it this way on purpose. You can see that the filter is sticking out. It's not perfectly square. So if you do this, rotate the filter 90 degrees and reinsert. Now the filter fits better. Stage 2 is the vapor lock filter. And this pleated filter may look cleaner. It's designed for finer particle that you may or may not see in gases and odors. And when you install a vapor lock filter, you always want to install it so that you can read it. One mistake people commonly make is they put the filter in the wrong slot. The filter is designed to go in the proper bracket where it's sliding in right now. And it's installed so that you can read it with the arrow pointing down. In the space that Matt was just pointing to, we've seen people put the filter in there. That is incorrect. It will restrict airflow and the unit will seem louder. So now you've changed the first two pre-filters in the CAP 600. Proceed to close the compartment. Now what we want to do is change the UV bulb, and in order to do so you need a Phillips screwdriver. And your unit, depending on the year it was made, will have either 5 or 8 screws. So those screws need to come off. Now that you've removed all the screws, the front panel will come off. There'll be a bit of suction if your furnace fan is running. And we've been very careful to shut the unit off. There is also a safety switch that once it's triggered, there is no power going to the unit. That way you are not staring into the UV bulb. So now the next step is to take the bulb out, and we need to disconnect it from its electrical socket. Here you can see the electrical connection between the 4-pin connector and the UV bulb. And you'll notice that the UV bulb is in a bracket. So Matt will pull the UV bulb towards him, and Matt has now unsecured it from the bracket. Now he is free to slowly jiggle the connection and get the bulb out. It may take a few jiggles back and forth. And now we will reinstall the new bulb, being careful not to touch the glass. So Matt is holding it by the ceramic ends. Perhaps the trickiest part of replacing your UV bulb is there is a bottom bracket that you cannot see. And Matt is fishing around with the bulb right now, and he can feel where the bottom bracket is. And once you hit the side of the bottom bracket, you slowly drag the bulb around, and it will eventually elevate and fit into the bottom bracket. Now you can see that the bulb is standing on its own, so Matt has secured it into the bottom bracket. The next step then is to reconnect the 4 pins to the electrical connection. If it does not fit, rotate the bulb 90 degrees so that the 4 pins will fit in, as it is not square. Once the electrical connection has been reestablished, Gently push the bulb back into the top clamp. The next step then is to replace the front cover, noting that there are lips on the bottom that slide into the base cabinet. Good advice here is, instead of tightening the 5 screws immediately, install screw 1 and just install it loose. That gives you a bit of play to install the other 5 screws. Okay, now that the bulb is back in place and the cover is securely on, there is one final step. To turn the unit back on and to make sure that the UV glow indicator cap is lit. If you're not sure, a good idea might be to shut the room lights off. And you can see that there is a glow indicating that you have successfully replaced the UV bulb, and it is good for 1 more year. One final thing too is these UV bulbs, they are not meant for regular disposal, so please don't throw them out with the regular garbage. They go with hazardous waste. Thanks again for watching a Purahome how-to video.